Hey everyone, it's me, Natty. It's been 2 months since my last video, and I sincerely apologize. I've been really busy with work. There's been a lot of issues at work. I've had a lot of stuff going around home, so it's just been very busy, and I sincerely apologize. I was supposed to upload the box opening for my doesnt head that I've never uploaded. It's still on my computer. It's all ready to upload, but I just haven't been able to get around to doing much. So I just wanted to make a really simple video. So I asked you guys for help. This is a Q&A, ask me anything kind of video. So I had you guys over Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter to send me some questions that you'd like to ask me about dolls, about myself, about generally everything, but most of the questions were about the dolls. So let's get started. So the first question comes from my friend Jessica, who asks, how are you? Real question. I'm okay. Okay. The next question is from my friend Kiana, who asks, do you have any vinyl BJDs? I don't have any vinyl BJDs. I do, however, have this little guy here. This is Rissus, who is my Obitsu Parabox fairy on the 21 centimeter body. And though his body is made out of ABS plastic, which is really, really hard, his head, his cute little face, I don't know if it's gonna focus, his hands and his, not his feet. So his head and his hands are actually made out of vinyl. And the vinyl, it stains really, really easily. Just throwing this as a heads up because I know, Kiana, you know you want a Delphi Dream. Vinyl stains really easily. The last person who owned him used gel pens on his face, and I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and it wouldn't come off at all. I even used the vinyl saving Delphi Dream stuff, the acne wipes. I've used everything and I could not get it off of him, but I did what I could and tried to fix his face. I went on a tangent and I am sorry. Alright, so let's get to the Tumblr asks, which are really cool. So Evelyn Hart asks, do you make the clothes, buy them at retail / online, or find them at thrift stores, ... I lack the ability to sew. I took sewing courses in high school. I've made a couple doll shirts that aren't really that great, but all in all, I do not make the doll clothes. Some of the clothes have been gifted to me, like Felix's cute little attire that we have going on here. And the other places, like with Rissus' clothes, thrift store, because they fit Brat's clothing, so it's really easy to find stuff for him. And with Dakota, his outfit was bought from Alice's collections, along with 99% of the doll clothes I have. Keith, my Miro doll family H hybrid, his shirt is actually from a collector's store that just sells a whole bunch of really cool stuff, and it's a local store, so I was really excited when I bought the shirt. But all in all, I kind of buy the clothes. Let's go to Popcorn Honeymoon, who I love your Tumblr avatar, Sailor Moon, yes. Sends this one. Hey there, I've been following you for ages, but never actually said hello. Hello. I've only been in the hobby for about a year, but your videos and posts on here are always really helpful. Aww. But yeah, so I thought I'd say hello and send you a question for your YouTube thing. My question is, where do you get the inspiration for creating your characters? And do you have a character in mind before or after you choose a sculpt? Sorry if you mentioned this before. It's okay. It's okay. I don't mind explaining this as many times as people ask. I usually come up with the characters before I buy a doll, unless I see a doll that I really, really want, and then I force myself to create a character immediately. For creating my characters, a lot of my inspiration comes from mythology. I am a huge mythological nerd, so a lot of my characters have a myth background. Like Felix here is an elf, and he was also a son of Hades. It's in a separate video. Watch those videos. I'm not going to explain his whole background. Ryssus is the Roman spirit of laughter. Dakota here is a Greek demigod. He's the son of Demeter. So almost 99% of my characters, Keith and a couple others are exceptions, have a myth-based background. So I kind of like, I like this god, let's give them a kid. A lot of the other character influences come from my really, really fantastic friend, Christine. She is a huge influence on me. I love her so much. We come up with these characters some 99% of the time we're not supposed to, but it happens. So she is a huge influence on me as well, and I love her for it. So yeah, that answers that, right? And next up we have from Teddy Bear Dolls. For your Q&A, all of your dolls are so pretty. How many collective years do you think you've put into them and their stuff so far? Do you have a favorite child? Do you get enough compliments for Dakota because Starface? Also, how do you have so many male sculpts? I seem to be hoarding females. Is there a secret? Wishing you lots of luck job hunting. What would your ideal job be? Lots of questions in that one. So let's start at the top. How many collective years do you think you've put into them and their stuff so far? I started collecting BJDs back in September of 2010. So it is November 2016. So it's been a little bit over 6 years now that I've been putting into them. But I've put in a lot of time on my dolls. It's, again, 6 years, which is a long time. I started collecting in high school. So for all of you guys who are like, oh, I'm only in high school, I can't collect dolls yet. No. I started in high school too. So don't confine yourselves to the age rules. There are no rules, whatever. Start collecting whenever you want, whenever you have the disposable income, we're gonna call it. Do you have a favorite child? I normally don't refer to my dolls as my children. I more refer to them as my resin roommates. I can't really pick a favorite. I hate picking favorites. I even hate using the term best friend because it's like I've picked a favorite friend. Like, this one's my favorite. I really don't like picking favorites. I love all of my dolls equally. Do you get enough compliments for Dakota? Dakota thanks you for your love and admiration. But surprisingly, like, even though Dakota is one of my more loved dolls, thanks to Mirarada on Tumblr, she is Dakota's savior. She is the reason why he has so much love. He was actually made fun of so much. I had so much flack for him when I did his own face up. Nobody really liked him. He is this pin-headed, well, not really pin-headed, but he was this pin-headed kind of weird looking character, and I never saw anything wrong with him. I've always loved him no matter what. He's kind of, again, I think Felix and Frodo get a lot more attention than Dakota does. I will post more of Dakota and see how that goes. How do you have so many male sculpts? I seem to be hoarding females. Is there a secret? A lot of my characters are male. Not because of preference, like gender is just, get out of here. But I seem to be connecting more with the male sculpts, mainly because I find a lot of the female sculpts don't really interest me. And I just can't really get behind a lot of the female dolls. There are some female dolls that I absolutely love, like I have October and I have Sky. My pen pal, she has these most amazing Fairyland dolls, and you guys know me that I am normally not on the Fairyland bandwagon, but when my pen pal does something to those dolls, they look completely different. It is fantastic. There are some girl dolls that I like on Tumblr, but I personally wouldn't want to own them because just, I can't really, I love them, but I can't picture myself owning them. But a lot of the male dolls, I think it's because there are so many male dolls. The company seem to know that we like our guy dolls, I guess, and so they create more and more of the male sculpts, and so there's so much more diversity with them. So like, it's really easy to find some that I like. I just have Dakota here, and I'm like petting his hair. So the real secret is just search. Just searching and you'll find something. Like almost all of, like I have a lot of girl dolls on my wish list, but a lot of the dolls on my wish list are male sculpts. Cause there's just so many, so there's so many for me to love. What would your ideal job be? I love photography, I really do. It's probably my favorite pastime. Originally, I went to college for music, which was the biggest decision or biggest regret I ever have in my entire life, was going to college for music. It is not worth it. But photography is probably my main. I would love to be a photographer. It's just, oh, I love it so much. And I think we're back. I think my camera just shut off. I guess I've been rambling too much. So the question is, for your Q&A video, do you have any suggestions or tips for someone thinking of getting their first BJD? How much should one budget for a starter doll? Thanks. First off, my personal opinion, there is no such thing as a starter doll. You start with a doll you connect with. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you really, really, really like that Eiffel House doll that is super pricey and that is like the only doll you want, you can't find any other doll, there's no reason to force yourself to buy something that is significantly less expensive. Like, don't go out and purchase like something from Angel of Dream if you really don't like those sculpts just to try out the hobby. It's a waste of your money to purchase a doll that you don't like, right? Plus the secondhand market is complete trash. And this is coming from the person who runs the BJD Addict sales page. Some of those posts I've seen on there have been there for like over a year, because it's just so difficult to sell these dolls once you have them. So honestly, I would save up whatever amount it's gonna cost for the doll that you like. Don't be like, okay, I'm gonna set my budget at $200 and I have to have all the doll stuff plus shipping and it has to be under $200. Honestly, if you love a doll, you're going to spend the money on it. Whether it's a $100 doll or an $800 doll, just purchase a doll that you love. There's no point in getting one just to try it out and see if it works. Just find a doll that you love and save up that way. There's no such thing as a starter doll to me. Like, I'm sorry for people who believe in starter dolls, but honestly, it's a waste of money to buy a doll that you don't want just so that you can try out the hobby. It's not worth it. Purchase a doll that you love. So it doesn't matter what price it is, just save up as well as you can, whether it's $10 here and there or like $5 a week. You could save up and purchase the doll that you want compared to a doll that you think would be a good way to enter the hobby. It's just not worth it. So suggestions and tips though, aside from go with your gut, do your research. Like you don't want to go through an irreputable, I don't know, I can't talk. You don't want to go through someone who has bad feedback or someone that doesn't ship the products out. You want to go and find someone like a dealer or a company that you know is going to be on top of their things. My personal suggestion, even though I've recently learned that they are more of a shopping assistant than an actual dealer, but Alice's Collections is really on top of their game. They are, like, I've rarely seen any bad feedback. I've dealt with them multiple times, over a dozen times at this point. And I honestly think they are fantastic, even if they aren't an actual dealer. If they are a shopping assistant, they're doing their job very, very well. Don't listen to what anybody says. If you like a certain sculpt and it's not a very popular sculpt, screw what everybody else says. Get the doll you like. Just go with your gut. Find a reputable dealer. Do not buy recast. I'm not even going to get into it because I'm just going to go on a drama rampage, but do not buy recast. And if all else fails, deal directly with the company. Most companies will respond to you. So deal directly with the company. There are a whole bunch of links, but again, whatever anybody's like, you should buy this doll because it's the popular one and people will like you for it. Again, why buy a doll that you don't really like? So the next two questions kind of go together, so I'm going to read them off together. First one was, would you ever want to do professional reviews for a doll company? And the second one is, if you could work for any BJD company as a sales rep and review their dolls, which company would it be? Also, how do you avoid the drama in this community? It is so toxic and you always seem to be positively talked about. People talk about me? Okay, let's start off with, yes, I would love to do some reviews from an actual doll company. If a doll company approached me and it's late. I've been up since 3 this morning. If a company approached me saying, hi Nadeestar, we are blah, 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 and we were wondering if you'd be interested in reviewing this doll for us, you'd have to pay shipping or whatever I'd have to pay, blah, blah, blah. And would you please review it for us and put it on your channel and promote it? Yes, just yes. I love supporting companies. I love supporting artists, and it's just so amazing to be able to help other people out. So yes, I would very much love to do a professional review. I do have a professional camera underway. I am saving up for it, so it would be easier to film and take pictures and all that fun stuff. If I could work for a company as a sales rep and review their dolls, there are so many. There's way too many companies. But I'm gonna pick 2 of my favorites for this one. The first one I would pick is a combination of 2 companies, so technically 3, sorry. Telesthesia Doll and Dragon Doll. They are so underrated and their dolls are absolutely miraculously beautiful. I have so many dolls of theirs on my wish list. They're just so detailed and gorgeous, and their promotional pictures are so lovely. I've seen them in person. The resin is fantastic. I would absolutely, absolutely love to review some of the Telesthesia dolls or Dragon dolls. And the second company would be Impel Doll, which I know some of you are like, Impel Doll? Really? Everybody has those. You have one. I have an Impel Doll body for my horror casting Adori. But Impel Doll has so many beautiful, underrated dolls. A lot of people have reviewed them, but I believe that because I only have the OSD body, I haven't seen any of the full-size dolls, that it would be a fresh perspective. And Impel Doll is such a booming company lately. I found them when they only had a few sculpts, and I fell in love with the really, really awkward Cupid's bow and the interesting jaw lines and the interesting lips. I thought they were so unique and lovely, and I've been following them ever since I started this hobby. And I do have a few of their dolls on my wish list. One of them is a limited edition one, and I really would love to get him. I'm trying to convince my mom to let me purchase him because my finances, but I would absolutely love to work with Impel Doll and review their dolls. How do I avoid, I'm just going to hurry up because I'm tearing up. How do you avoid the drama in this community? It is so toxic and you always seem to be positively talked about. First off, please send me these conversations people have about me. I would love to see what people say. Because honestly, after I had my username banned from every confession blog, I've asked all the confession blogs, whether they're positive or negative, please don't talk about me. And all of them have been super gracious and have disallowed my username to be spoken about. God bless you guys, even though I know True BJD Confessions and BJD Confessions are very, it's a very negative space, but the admins there have been so gracious as to ban my username. So that is the first thing I did to avoid the drama. Ban your username from everything. So no confession blogs. Have that gone. Second is something that I stopped really caring about recently because I'm like, whatever. To avoid drama, what I did was I stopped posting my personal opinions on things. Opinions can offend people, as we see from the drama today. A lot of opinions can offend a lot of people. If I say I don't like Fairyland, which is half true, it depends on the doll, I guess. If I say I hate Fairyland, which I don't, but if I say I hate Fairyland, I have probably pissed off like 90% of this hobby because a lot of people love Fairyland. So like I had to stop posting things like, I'm not a big fan of Fairyland and here's why. Like I stopped posting like that because that is what caused a lot of drama, and so after I stopped, the drama stopped. Second is to cut out the negative people in this hobby. I had a friend in this hobby who for some reason got really negative with me and posted a confession about me, and so I'm just like, you know what? And I cut them out. I block them on every social media platform. Even if they're on BJD Addicts, I can't see what they post because I've blocked them. So cutting out the negative people. Lastly is to be friends with the good people in the hobby and the newbies in the hobby. Be friends with them. Like, if somebody asks me a question, this video, if somebody asks me a question, I'm gonna answer it, unless it's incredibly rude. But I'm gonna answer the question. If somebody asked me for my advice, look guys, a whole video. I'm gonna provide that advice if I am knowledgeable in that area. If somebody on BJD Addicts is being harassed or something, I'm going to stand up for them because one, it's my job, and two, because it's the right thing to do. So being nice is always a kind of bonus to avoiding drama. So that's pretty much those points. The last one is also from Tumblr because my Twitter one just disappeared on me. Thanks, Twitter. So this is another anonymous one, which says, are you open about your hobby with your family in terms of prices and costs? I sort of am, but I avoid talking about prices to try and skirt around anything that could lead to it because I don't want them to judge me and think I'm wasting my money. I'm fairly certain my entire family thinks I'm wasting my money on these dolls. My dad's over there shaking his head. My family has now come to terms with the fact that these dolls are what I love to do. It doesn't matter the price at this point. Well, apparently it does. Like, my family, I tell them the prices sometimes, like with this, the Impel doll, limited edition doll that I want, my only words to them are expensive. I saved up my whole year of vacation pay for this doll. But again, if you're uncomfortable with talking to your family about the price, you can be as vague as possible. Like, it is expensive. It is gonna cost an arm and a leg. I have to sell a kidney in order to get this doll. It's vague, but it also explains how much it is. With prices, I normally tell them the shipping, and because dolls are normally in US dollars, it makes it sound a little bit cheaper than what I'm paying because, you know, Canada. But I'm sort of open, sort of vague. It helps. My family's come to terms with the fact that I'm obsessed with dolls, which also helps. The only thing is I'm running out of room. All right. Oh, I found the Twitter one, which is a very awkward one to leave off on. What is your personal opinion of what is going on Tumblr right now? That is vague. Depending on what you're talking about, either the bombardment of American election posts, which I've blocked, because I said my piece on the American election. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I am Canadian. I am true north, strong and free. So I'm not going to even bother that. I didn't block anyone. I haven't removed anyone from my friends. The camera stopped again, sorry. So I haven't blocked anyone. I haven't removed any of my followers, or anything like that. I just blocked certain words so I would not see the posts anymore. So like Trump, Clinton, election, president, all those words have been flagged and blocked by me. So I'm currently ignoring that. If you're talking about, oh goodness gracious, the Echo Wigs issues, I'm not going to talk about that. That is their own business. Honestly, if like there's just too much drama there, I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't know what you could possibly be talking about on Tumblr because I have all the confession blogs blocked. So I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about the my inbox, like how I had the flood of the furries, which was terrifying, that's done with. Everybody's been blocked. Block everything. Just block everything. So that is it for the questions that I have. This has been an incredibly long video. I'll see if I can cut some of it out. So that is it for today. I finally did a video after 2 months. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me some more questions in the comment section below. Maybe I'll do another Q&A. This is my second one, and it's also incredibly long. So, that is it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.